Good morning and thank you for joining us on Thriving on the Sun Coast. Comfort Keepers is in the midst of our annual Senior Hunger Food Drive. In conjunction with All Faiths Food Bank, our goal is to plan on making sure that no senior goes hungry this holiday season. Give us a call at Comfort Keepers to find a donation site nearest you. Last week, we had the Alzheimer's Association on our show. I think everyone has been touched in some way by this disease. This association provides tremendous support services and education. Next Saturday, the 12th, is the Walk to End Alzheimer's fundraiser. It's going to be a really fun event. We're going to be walking at Benderson Park. Please consider a donation or coming out and walking with us. Walk in honor of someone that you know. Walk with friends, or come out and walk with our Comfort Keepers team. You know, we've been proudly supporting the Alzheimer's Walk for the last 16 years. Last week, I attended the Comfort Keepers Home Care Convention, where we learned cutting-edge ideas to care for our elders in the years to come. We're going to be rolling out some really exciting technologies to keep our clients connected with their loved ones no matter where they live. There's also going to be many challenges coming down the road, like a projected shortage of caregivers to meet the demand. But the highlight for me was really honoring the many caregivers of the year and getting to hear their stories of why they do what they do, listening to their passion of how they love to serve and how they bring joy and love to the people that they care for. It was truly an emotional event. Just being able to focus on the why we do what we do in home care and the knowing that at the root of it all, it's about caring unselfishly for others. Today with me is Bonni London. She's a registered dietitian and nutritionist. Bonni began her career as a personal trainer in New York City in the 1990s. During this time, she found her passion for nutrition and her skill for motivating and challenging people to improve themselves. She acquired her master's degree in nutrition at New York University, as well as her certification as a registered dietitian. She's got vast experience in long-term health care, physicians' offices, and fitness centers, and she loves to challenge individuals to take control of their own bodies, their health, and their life. I've been so impressed with Bonni and her simple way of working with people that we offer her services to our home care clients to develop a healthy lifestyle that will improve their health, their energy, and their outlook on life. Bonni, I'm so glad to have you on the show. I've been hearing great reviews. You've been speaking all over town. You're on the news constantly. Nutrition is such a critical aspect of our lives. It impacts our health, and everybody's dealing with health challenges as we get older. And here we are going into the holiday season, and we're going to be eating like crazy. That's one of the things that we love to do. You know, as a dietitian, what are some of the concerns that people should have when we're getting into this area of indulgence?
Number one, of course, this should be a fun and a joyful time of year. But what a lot of people don't realize is that, you know, eating all of these appetizers and indulging, the average weight gain is about 1 to 2 pounds, which may not seem like a lot.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what we understand is that people don't lose this weight over the year. And over time, this can really increase your risk for all of these chronic diseases, you know, heart disease, diabetes, cancer. So, you know, that's why we really need to.
So it seems like people say, well, I'm just, you know, doing this time of year, and it's not like I do this all the time. I guess we tend to rationalize how we eat and so forth. So, you know, you said it packs on some pounds that don't seem to go away. So the New Year's resolutions really don't help, I guess.
Right.
So what are some of the other things that, you know, people need to be aware of? Maybe more specifically things that are really going to cause the biggest problems during the holiday season as far as eating.
Right. Well, coming up now, Thanksgiving in a few weeks, you know, I always tell people you do not gain weight from one meal. So actually, I kind of give people the green light in a way to kind of, you know, enjoy themselves on Thanksgiving, because I really don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is that they overindulge on Thanksgiving, and then it triggers them, and then they can't stop. They kind of, you know, feel like, okay, well, that's it until 2017.
I think people get into so many habits. Like, I got off sugar for a while, and it was really, you know, I realized I was eating a cookie every night, you know, and it's like I started looking for that cookie, you know. But then I started getting some little bit of sweet here and there, and it just kind of pulled me back in.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite topics, sugar.
Yeah,
That
very addictive.
Yes, in fact, it's about 8 times more addictive than cocaine, they've shown. In fact, in a recent lecture I did, they showed the scan of the brain, and basically taking cocaine versus sugar, and it looks pretty much exactly the same. So I guess my advice is not that we can't ever indulge, but we need to be honest with ourselves and thinking, okay, I can't just have one cookie, can I? Because once you have that one bite, you're no longer in control. That being said, there are some safe ways to do it, which would be actually as a dessert or when it's on the way to the kitchen. I mean, the idea is after you've eaten a full meal, honestly, you're in a better position maybe to not have it affect you quite as dramatically.
But I think people have to take responsibility, and not just that I might gain a pound or two, but what are some of the detrimental effects of eating sugar?
Well, for number one, other than, yes, of course, it will raise your blood sugar, which raises insulin, which makes your body store fat, but it also triggers inflammation. So
that's the big thing.
That's the big thing. So there are people who are like, well, I'm a perfect normal body weight.
And you can't necessarily feel inflammation.
No, which is why it's really so deadly. But this is something I talk about frequently because it really has been shown to be at the root cause of many, again, of our chronic conditions, and particularly heart disease, where we've had this real change in understanding where, we used to talk about, of course, saturated fat and cholesterol, which is still, of course, part of the whole disease, but now we understand that actually inflammation, right?
What are some of the other foods we need to maybe be aware of?
Well, I think a lot of times people think they're making a better choice perhaps during the holidays, and I'm going to cut back and maybe have a diet soda. Well, interestingly enough, we know now that these sodas have the artificial sweeteners that actually raise your insulin and leptin, which again makes you store fat, not just anywhere, by the way, but particularly around the abdomen, which is the most dangerous spot. And it actually increases your appetite later in the day for more carbohydrates.
Wow.
So what I tell people, if you really want something, when in doubt, like really simply eat the real thing.
Yeah. Bonnie, we have to go to break right now. Stay with us. We'll be back, learn how to eat over the holidays.
Is Mom really taking her medications?
A Comfort Keeper can ensure that your loved one gets their medications on time, providing peace of mind for families in need of flexible in-home care. Comfort Keepers, let our family take care of yours.
When a stroke or injury impacts your life, we're here to help you get it back. With our dedicated team of specialists, personalized treatment plans, the most inventive technologies, and a coordinated approach to recovery. This is more than just rehabilitation. This is a higher level of care.
I enjoy my active senior life, so feeling good and staying fit is important to me, but I wasn't comfortable joining a gym.
So my friends insisted that I would like physical fitness. A healthcare professional analyzed my body needs and developed a fitness program exclusively for me.
Join this week and your initial fee is waived. That's a savings of $99.
Love your life even more.
Call Physical Fitness today for your personalized medically based fitness program.
I'm Rob Wyatt, and I've been offering reverse mortgages in the state of Florida for over 21 years. If you are 62 or older, a reverse mortgage can allow you to access your home equity while staying in the comforts of your own home with no repayment obligations for the rest of your life. And you remain on title. Call us to learn how a reverse mortgage can provide you additional tax-free income to enjoy life now and create a peace of mind retirement for your future.
Comfort Keepers can provide a variety of in-home services for your aging loved ones. We'll assess their needs and create a custom care plan that can change as their needs change.
Comfort Keepers, keeping the comfort of home. The Harvey Center for Integrative Medicine is helping people every day to thrive and live healthy, vital lives. Our integrative approach combines conventional medicine with holistic and innovative therapies to help you achieve optimal function. Are you ready to function at 100% of your ability? Dr. Fred Harvey customizes tools and treatments to achieve optimal wellness at any age.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fred Harvey. Do you want to feel vital, vibrant, and fully energized? If so, call our office to find out how.
Welcome back. I'm here with Bonni London, registered dietitian. Bonni, before we went to break, we're talking about how to, survive the holidays without impacting our health with our eating style. You mentioned a number of things that we need to be aware of as far as, low fats and low, sugar issues. How about the stress that comes along with the holidays and parties and, very stressful time for a lot of people for various reasons.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Of course, it's supposed to be, again, a happy time of year, but as we know, it is one of the most stressful times of years. And how does stress affect people, and particularly in their diet choices? And actually, about 40% of people, they say, overeat when they get stressed, and certainly sometimes the wrong foods. And believe it or not, there's a bunch of people who don't eat anything at all. And when you're stressed, you're actually depleting a lot of these nutrients that you need actually even more. And yes, there's something we haven't discussed yet today, which is vegetables. So I think a good way to look about all of this, instead of thinking about the things that I think a lot of us know we need to be kind of controlling or staying away from, such as the sugar and processed carbohydrates, the stuffing, potatoes. I think a better way to think about is thinking about the things that we need to push in that can really support not just our weight, but also control our mood and our health. And that would be absolutely vegetables, and particularly the dark leafy greens.
I think everybody knows by now that, we need to move towards real food, the fruits and vegetables. Minimize, how much meat we're eating. What are some of the things that you tell your people that you kind of get them down that road? Maybe they haven't been big vegetable lovers. Are there ways that they can explore to prepare food that, that they might find it more appetizing?
Yes, this has been a big discussion, always trying to think about more vegetables. How can we sneak them in? And believe me, there is a slew of recipes out there. For example, there's one, just throwing it out there, that has to do, you can take potatoes and make it with cauliflower, like a mock mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
Awesome.
I mean, food should taste good. I love making, roasted vegetables, which I bring to holiday parties all the time, and people eat them. So
I'll tell you what, roasting vegetables in the oven with a little olive oil and salt is just amazing. Himalayan salt, of course.
Oh, yes, well, I'm glad that you said that. And garlic. Garlic is with everything.
How about maybe you want to speak to seasonings for a minute as a health issue?
Yes, actually, I've done lectures specifically on herbs because some of them have been proven to actually help lower inflammation and for brain health, like rosemary, thyme, sage, which is obviously very big during Thanksgiving season. And so I think this is actually a fun thing. Nutmeg and cinnamon, by the way, is something I discuss a bit for everyone, because it actually, a lot of research with cinnamon and its ability to help stabilize your blood sugar. So, okay, in your coffee in the morning, just put a little cinnamon.
Probably don't put it in your eggnog, though.
No, but that does bring up another subject of something I think all year long that we deal with, which is alcohol, and maybe even more during the holiday season, and how to do that safely. So, what I would say is there definitely is some benefit to having some alcohol in moderation, but I think you need to really be cautionary with the mixers that can be very high in sugar. Like I always say, no.
Drink your booze straight.
Drink your booze straight.
Okay.
Or maybe some blue cheese olives. And definitely you could intermesh it with a snack or do, vodka with seltzer water. But it's really the sugar. Just get the visualization of beer belly, because it's not exactly so much the alcohol, it's all the carbohydrates along with that. So it's something to consider, it is moderation. And then also people can overindulge sometimes when they've gotten a little loose with the wine, like, woo, I deserve this, and then they go to town.
How does drinking impact your ability to how much you consume as far as food?
Again, I think it affects everyone a little bit differently, and I think people, have definitely told me that it triggers them where they, start eating more, and
or maybe don't watch what they're eating anymore.
Exactly, don't care as much. So, I mean, I think that's kind of individual, but it's certainly something that I discuss a bit. And again, doing some healthy snacks such as nuts, and nuts would be great, or olives, because of the healthy fat, have some protein that could help.
I would imagine trying to limit a lot of the processed type of hors d'oeuvres.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the more you can eat things just in general, never mind during the holidays, but all year long, the closer that you can get it in its original form, from the ground.
I think people really need to get at a deep level how much inflammation impacts, how they feel, like diabetes and arthritis even. I mean, so many people suffer with that. I mean, we have millions of dollars being spent on how to figure out how to deal with arthritis, and yet people don't take some of the basic steps to minimize what probably is causing some of their inflammation.
Right. No, I certainly have a lot of people that come to me in my practice that suffer a lot of pain and joint pain and inflammation, and certainly taking the obvious off the table, in my opinion, which would be, yes, those processed carbs that is going to help trigger inflammation, and putting in the nutrient-dense foods such as vegetables, the healthy fats, and also high-quality proteins. And so that really has made a tremendous impact on people, just making some tweaks in their diet, particularly starting with breakfast, because I find that to be one of the more difficult meals that we have here.
We have a minute left in this segment. Tell us a little bit about surviving, feasting, other things that people can do to maybe work off the meal.
Well, sadly, that is a challenge, because really, as we were discussing earlier, that most of what we look like has to do with what we're eating. So you're never going to outrun that huge meal. But exercise is fantastic, and it does help control your appetite, and there's a million reasons to exercise, but weight loss is not one of them.
I see.
That's what's important.
So hydration, sleep, things like that, how does that impact your health?
Oh, absolutely. That's certainly a big recommendation before you're going to any meal, drinking a few glasses of water to make sure you eat because you're actually hungry and not dehydrated. And sleep is also really, really important, because apparently there's like the 6-hour mark that if you do not get 6 hours of sleep, then you actually end up breaking down muscle, building fat, and it also, for anyone who's had a bad night's sleep, it increases these hormones, ghrelin, and that can affect your appetite the next day for more carbohydrates.
Well, actually, we have to go to break right now. Stay with us when we come back and find out how you can eat healthy at somebody's house if you got food allergies.
There you go.
The Harvey Center for Integrative Medicine is helping people every day to thrive and live healthy, vital lives. Our integrative approach combines conventional medicine with holistic and innovative therapies to help you achieve optimal function. Are you ready to function at 100% of your ability? Dr. Fred Harvey customizes tools and treatments to achieve optimal wellness at any age.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fred Harvey. Do you want to feel vital, vibrant, and fully energized? If so, call our office to find out how.
With the help of Comfort Keepers, I'm keeping my mom healthy.
I'm keeping Dad on schedule.
I'm keeping my mom happy.
Comfort Keepers in-home professional caregivers can provide meal planning and preparation, health and wellness services, and personal care services through custom care plans that can change as needs change, so your aging loved ones can stay happy and healthy in their own home.
Comfort Keepers, keeping the comfort of home.
I'm Rob Wyatt, and I've been offering reverse mortgages in the state of Florida for over 21 years. If you are 62 or older, a reverse mortgage can allow you to access your home equity while staying in the comforts of your own home with no repayment obligations for the rest of your life. And you remain on title. Call us to learn how a reverse mortgage can provide you additional tax-free income to enjoy life now and create a peace of mind retirement for your future.
I enjoy my active senior life, so feeling good and staying fit is important to me, but I wasn't comfortable joining a gym.
So my friends insisted that I would like physical fitness. A healthcare professional analyzed my body needs and developed a fitness program exclusively for me.
Join this week and your initial fee is waived. That's a savings of $99.
Love your life even more.
Call Physical Fitness today for your personalized medically based fitness program.
When a stroke or injury impacts your life, we're here to help you get it back. With our dedicated team of specialists, personalized treatment plans, the most inventive technologies, and a coordinated approach to recovery. This is more than just rehabilitation. This is a higher level of care.
Welcome back. I'm here with Bonni London. We're talking about eating over the holidays and eating in general. Bonni, food allergies have become a huge issue. Whether people know it or not, they may have them. A lot of times when they cut things out of their diet, they start feeling better. And they're like, how did that happen? What are some of the main things that you're seeing that are affecting people's health of what they're eating and how they, as far as food allergies, and what can they do about it when they go to somebody's house for a party?
Yes, no, this has become really big. I mean, I would say almost every week someone comes to me with some sort of GI issue, and maybe not a flat-out allergy, but we know now that there's a lot of people who have food sensitivities, which is a little bit of a different category. And we've heard a lot about gluten in particular, and there is no question now that we understand that everyone, even people who do not have a celiac, which is an autoimmune disorder specifically that they cannot tolerate gluten, but that everyone can have some sort of inflammatory response to gluten. So the issue comes now, I feel, this time of year where it's really nice. People have these wonderful dinner parties, and what do? So what I tell people to do, which I think is the nicest thing, is to really call up the host beforehand and let them know that you have this issue, and could you bring one dish you can tolerate, but let them know there, as opposed to showing up at the party and be like, I really can't have rosemary or something. I mean, whatever it is.
Right.
And
because they might be able to make that dish without putting rosemary in it.
Exactly, and then they don't need to feel bad. And also, if you do show up at a party and be like, oh, one bite isn't going to hurt you, and listen, no one wants you to feel bad. So this is what I tell people to say, well, I don't feel great when I eat that. I think that's a good response because we want everyone to feel okay, and I would think that your host also would not want you to feel bad.
Especially when you've got that buffet and you've only got X things to choose from, and they're saying, well, why aren't you eating anything?
There you go. Yes, I'm glad you brought up the buffet. Because as opposed to also going to holiday parties, there are people that go on cruises and different events that have the buffet, and that can be kind of a scary place for people. Well, for one thing, one little trick that we know is, the size of the plates. Do you know that whatever the plates have definitely gotten a lot bigger? And people just feel good filling up the plate to the whole size, and we eat about 95% of whatever's on that plate. So
we've been taught to do that.
Yeah, so we got a problem. But now that we know that information, we can really use this to our advantage. So what I tell people to do, yes, we need to fill up mostly on the vegetables, which would be great, in different colors because that actually makes us more satisfying. And then try to really eyeball the appropriate portions of the protein. And then, yes, some of, those starchy carbs that you love, absolutely. But now you have a whole plate with some healthy stuff, so hopefully you'll feel a little more satiated with less trouble.
Have you found that people that you implement some minor changes to, like maybe getting to more vegetables or something, do their taste buds change? Do they start I know it has for me. It's like I come home, I look for more vegetables now.
Yes, I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've gotten to eat vegetables at breakfast, shocking as that might sound, and just all day. Like they can't believe it, like that they're eating all these vegetables all day, because every time they come and see me, I'm like, okay, what's missing here at this meal or something, and how can we get it in? And it doesn't have to be kale, okay? I mean, it can be, It can be like a vinegar coleslaw or sauerkraut.
One thing I've found is the
I mean,
blender. When you blend them in a Blendtec type machine, it just purees it, and you can put a little, certain fruits actually make it a little sweeter, and you'd be amazed how many fruits and vegetables you get in one glass.
Yes, no, I mean, I love the smoothie. Not everyone loves it, but I do recommend it quite a bit because you can pack a lot of phytonutrients in there.
Yeah.
I mean, because I always do, the frozen berries. You can do a handful of spinach, which you cannot taste, by the way.
No,
so it's just
so
it's an easy way to get in all those nutrients, and then
and fiber.
And fiber as well, yes. But and then I love the veggie omelet. I mean,
I think people would be surprised. I mean, how many changes they see to their health and their regularity and everything when they start drinking these things.
Yes, and things, I mean, people come to me for a few reasons. And one of the reasons they come to me, as you can imagine, is certainly weight loss. But then there's side effects after they start eating better. Mm-hmm. They sleep better. Mm-hmm. They have more energy, less pain. And
skin clears up.
Or they have improved mood. So all these things that they never considered, and then they do begin enjoying eating more of these vegetables and nutritious foods, and they can't believe that they ever could give up the latte.
I'm glad you mentioned, some of the changes that people are noticing. What are some of the other experiences some of your clients have had?
Well, so outside of, coming, weight loss, like I said, there's certainly people who have come to me feeling that they have no other option. They really are at the end of their rope as far as not knowing what to eat because they've had so many GI issues with all the food that they're eating that they're afraid to eat. So, and again, this has become bigger and bigger, and I think it's because our food supply has changed so much. It's become so adulterated that we can't eat what we could have eaten 20 years ago, which we have spoken about quite a bit with, the GMOs and
pesticides
and the pesticides and things of that nature, which we understand now really affect the integrity of our gastrointestinal system. And particularly preservatives is something I just want to mention because it's something that has been approved by the FDA underneath grass, which is generally recognized as safe, but they've never were tested on humans.
So Bonni, what can you offer our Thriving on the Suncoast viewers as far as maybe a special offer that you might have for them? I always like to give people something.
Yes, well actually I have put together a guidebook about 8 facts that you should really think about before you eat.
Key points to eating, and how do they get that?
Yes, well they need to email me and then I will send it to them. And in addition to that, for the first 10 people, I want to offer a complimentary session to really discuss with people what their goals are, concerns, and see how we may be able to work together.
Folks, this is the best deal in town. Give Bonni a call. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week, and have a safe holiday.
Comfort keeper, 'cause there's no place quite like home. Call Comfort Keepers.